Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Compassion Planet Virtual Gala Tailgate. It's been a crazy week, and I know that everyone here is ready to have some fun. So let's get to it. So first thing here, my name is Matt. I am with the Sacramento Kings. We're streaming tonight from the Golden One Center, and we are so glad that you could join us. I've got my team here in the room with me too. So we're going to be shouting you out tonight, thanking you for giving. But before we get to that, let me tell you a little bit about Compassion Planet. Compassion Planet is a nonprofit based here in Rocklin, California, and the mission of Compassion Planet is to empower at-risk and aged-out foster youth to overcome personal obstacles, achieve independence, and reach their fullest potential. Now, due to the current pandemic, Compassion Planet has experienced a loss of more than $378,000 in income due to the cancellation of the annual fundraiser events and the temporary closure of their two social enterprises. Your generosity tonight in support of this tailgate and our gala means so much, and we thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk more about Compassion Planet and our gala a little bit later, so make sure you stick around for the hour here tonight. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And before too much longer, let's get to it. So first off, if you are at a watch party, I want you to go into that chat, comment who you're with, where you're watching from, what you're doing to celebrate tonight. We'd love to hear from you. And our staff would really love to see everyone that has joined us for the live stream tonight. So to get started, how about we make a cocktail? For those of you that purchase your kits to the virtual tailgate here, you should have a kit with your 2 custom glasses and your cocktail making kit. So make sure you pull those out now. You're also going to need some ice, some whiskey, and anything else you want to garnish it with. There's a little recipe card in there too, but I'm going to walk you through everything you need to do to make that cocktail. I'm sure some of you have already started the party, and that's great. And you may learn some other little things that you can do here. So let's start with the cocktail demonstration here. So again, pull out that recipe card if you'd like to follow along. But inside that cocktail kit, you should have some sugar cubes and 3 different kinds of bitters. So first thing I want you to do is take that Compassion Planet cocktail glass. You guys get to keep those. That's a great memento for tonight. And I want you to take the regular aromatic bitters, should be the bigger bottle there, and throw 3 to 4 dashes right into the glass there. This is a signature part of the old fashioned. We're going to take it one step further. Now, sometimes folks use fresh fruit, and if you'd like to add some in there, you definitely can. But there's also either orange or grapefruit bitters in there as well. Now, you get to choose your flavor here. So if you want orange, you'll add 3 to 4 more dashes of the orange. Or if you want grapefruit, you're going to add 3 to 4 more dashes of that. I like to do a little bit of both, so I did 2 of each. Create a cool little fusion there. And with that, you're also going to put that sugar cube in the glass with those. And then just a little bit of water. What that water is going to do is start breaking down that sugar in there and start making a reaction there with the bitters. Now, once you have all of that in the glass, you have that spoon with the little muddler on the end. I want you to start muddling everything away in that glass. And that is really going to start mixing everything together. You want to make sure you muddle that for about 20 seconds till everything is spread throughout. It's disintegrated a little bit. It almost kind of seems like a little sugar paste. I wouldn't try it quite yet. We want whiskey. That's what we're here for. All right. So now that you've muddled all of that together, I want you to take your ice. You can either do cubed ice, you can do crushed ice, or if you like your single rock, you can do that too if you'd like it to be a little bit more spirit forward. That's a great way to go with this. And you'll pop that in there. And then I want you to take your whiskey. Now I'm going to grab my jigger here because I want to make sure I show you guys the difference. This is your jigger. You could have either a 2-ounce or a 1-ounce jigger, and that relates to the large portion of the jigger. So make sure you know that the bottom half is either going to be 1/2 ounce or 1 ounce, depending on how big your top is. But you want to add 2 ounces of bourbon, of whiskey. Tonight, I went with my Bullet 95 Rye. Great choice for an old fashioned. Also, I'm from Wisconsin, so we make our old fashions a little bit different. We sometimes use brandy, and I'll give you a little trick for those here in a little bit. But you want to add your 2 ounces of whiskey now, and you're just going to stir it a little bit. You want to stir it again for about 20 seconds, make sure everything has a chance to mingle, and then you want to let it sit and let those flavors really marry with each other and get going. Now, I made mine up here, and I had a little bit of fun with my garnish. So I went with some maraschino cherries and an orange peel. A fun little trick with that orange peel, you'll see a lot of bartenders do this where they actually take it around the rim and rub it right on your rim and then place it in as my orange peel falls to the ground. What that does is that makes it so that when you pull that glass to your nose, you smell the orange along with all the mix-ins in the cocktail right away, and it creates just that much more of a flavor profile for you. That's a fun little trick. Anytime you have a lemon, a lime, or an orange garnish, take a little bit of that peel that right off, run it around your rim, and it's just going to make it taste, that first taste, be so great. All right, so once you let it sit for that little bit, now's your time to enjoy. So before we get on with our show here, cheers to everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is going to be a fantastic evening, and we're going to do a lot of good raising some money here for Compassion Planet. All right. Now, one thing here, if you like your drink to be a little lighter, I'm going to tell you how you make it the Wisconsin way. So we use whiskey or brandy. It's all the same steps. I always like to throw a little orange wedge in there during my muddling and that, but this is where it's different. We like to make it a little bit more light, a little bit more refreshing. So if you're using whiskey, I say if you want to make it more refreshing, make it a sour. So add some 50-50 soda, which is like a lemon lime soda. Or if you're drinking brandy, we call it a brandy sweet, throw some Sprite in there and fill the glass. It's about 4 ounces of what you'll need. And that's going to make a much more refreshing old fashioned. So if you don't like how potent most old fashions are, give that a trick or give that a try next time. I think you're going to like it. And if you ever go to Wisconsin, I guarantee you're going to pay less than $5 for that drink. So drinking on a budget, go to Wisconsin. It's a great time. All right. So again, cheers everybody. Thank you for being here. And now it is time for our entertainment tonight. So I'm very excited to introduce both our entertainer and our special guest that will be part of his show. I'm going to bring in here Max Davidson. Max is an award-winning magician from Denver. He's performed at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Disney World in Orlando, and even Puerto Rico. Now, since March, he's been performing virtual magic shows for audience all across America, and we are honored to have him here tonight. I've gotten to see his show in another place, and he is fantastic. You're going to love this. Max is joining us from Washington, D.C. To share his favorite magic with you. And joining him tonight are his very willing participants, Jenny, Emily, and Eric. Take it away, Max.
Matt, thank you so much. Jenny, Emily, and Eric, and everybody else who's with you. It's such a pleasure. I will say, if you need real passion drink, the better the magic is going to get. Now, as Matt said, I'm calling in from Washington, D.C., about 5 blocks from the White House right now. So if you hear any honking or yelling, that's just going to be part of the show. I'm going to do the show on the 5th of Election Day. But it's such a pleasure to be here. Ever since I've done virtual magic, I've had to ask myself 2 main questions, because virtual magic has completely changed the way that we interact, right? We've lost this whole element of physicality. So the questions are, how do we communicate with each other? That's number 1, because we have to really change that completely in this virtual space. But also, we ask ourselves, how do we know what's real, right? And the reason we ask that is because you have to make a lot of assumptions when we're over some kind of web conferencing platform. You have to assume, for example, that I'm not a recording, right? That I'm here live in person. There's also things you have to assume that are more nuanced, like you have to assume that this deck of cards is real, for example, or even this envelope, right? And there's no way for you to really know this because you're not here. So that the solution to this problem is all of you. So the fact that the 3 of really many more of you are here right now is going to guarantee this reality, not just for you, but for everybody watching at home. So I'm going to step off screen for about 2 seconds. You'll see why. I'll come back, and then we're going to try something fun. All right? All right, let's do it.
All right. Listening to him, he's going to be right back, and whatever he says to do. Hello. Say hello.
No.
Oh, you can sit down.
Yeah. I'm good.
So she's going to grab a book.
Both?
Right.
Oh, I think that's the right page. Okay. Okay.
the book.
Buttery.
Buttery.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. What?
Buttery.
I didn't hear a word.
Yeah, I want to.
Uh-huh.
Jenny, it could have been any word from any page of any book, but you're thinking of the word buttery. Could everyone?
Wow.
Virtual round of applause.
What?
No, that's outstanding. Jenny, may I ask, where are you calling in from right now?
We're in Granite Bay, California.
From California. So from all the way across the country, you were able to do this. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Jenny. Now, of course, I don't want to ignore that 2 other people here who are about to get you involved as well. Now, of course, that is non-verbal communication, right? Most of the time, we're still talking back and forth to one another. Jenny's still processing the old trick, which I get is fun. Most of the time, we're still talking to one another, right? But of course, Zoom and all these web conferencing platforms have changed the way we communicate because now we're just focusing in really closely on people's faces. So I tried to take advantage of this during the pandemic. Lots of people learned how to bake bread or maybe just tried to watch as much Netflix as possible. I'm going to show you a brand new skill. So Emily now with a deck of cards. Is Emily here with a deck of cards?
Get your deck of cards, Em.
Excellent. Emily, if you could please get your deck of cards. And yes, and Emily, could you step up close to the camera? Because it looks like you're in a big, beautiful room, but I want everybody to be able to see you. Very good. And Emily, would you mind taking the cards and mixing them up a little bit?
Okay, so
Hand shuffle and you'll be okay.
Emily, you're doing great. And may I ask, where are you calling in from?
Roseville, California.
In California as well. This is going to be perfect, Emily, because we're all the way across the country too. And Emily, could you do us a big favor and show everybody the cards so we can all see that they're mixed? Like put them up really close to the camera so we can all see that they're mixed up.
Turn them around towards the camera.
Yeah, we want to see all the faces of the cards. Yes, that's absolutely perfect. And Emily, could you hold them face down in your hand for me?
That's what the card faces down.
Yep, that's outstanding. And then Emily, I want you to take the cards face down and put them face down behind your back. I mean, it's like your own special kind of sleight of hand, but I know, yes, that's perfect. And then Emily, could you take some of the cards off the top of the deck and put them face down in front of you? Yes, great. And then Emily, could you take the rest of the cards and put them on top of the other ones, but at a weird angle?
Pull them up so they can see them.
Yeah, Emily, you know what? You can actually keep them off screen because in a second, I don't even want to see the cards. Yes. And Emily, so I want you to take the cards that you just put on top at a weird angle. Okay. The whatever ones you just put on top at a weird angle. So for example, for me, like let's say the cards would look like this, right? Like on top at kind of a weird angle. You can just take those off, Emily, and then look at the card that's on the bottom of that and remember what it is. All right?
Show anybody, don't show the camera.
Yeah, don't show the camera. You can show people who are in the room with you if you want, but don't show the camera.
Back to us. What's the one on the bottom? Back to us.
She showed us. We see what it
All
is.
right. You all saw it? All right. Well, Emily, I'll tell you what. Could you take the cards, keep them off camera? You've done absolutely fantastic so far. You can take all the cards and put them away if you want. And Emily, I'm going to ask you to get close to the camera for a second. I told you that what I learned in quarantine is called microfacial expression reading. And the way it works is I tried to figure out how different people smile, right? Smiling is one of the best things that we can do during quarantine. Of course, we have to analyze each other's faces. So I want Emily, in a second, you're going to smile in a way that you think represents the card that you chose. Now, there's different ways to do this, right? Let's say you thought of the King of Hearts, right? Maybe you do like a really big smile because the King of Hearts is a big, high card, right? Or maybe it's the Two of Hearts and you do like a more subtle, like a smaller smile. However you want, there's a million ways to smile. I know you're going to do a great job. Look at the camera, Emily. Can you do any kind of smile for us that you think represents your card? Oh, that's perfect. You got the arms involved as well, so you're really including it. Emily, you're doing fantastic already. So, Emily, you can stop. You don't have to pose the entire time because that looks pretty tiring. You're doing well. So, Emily, I'm going to have to ask you a couple questions about the card, and we're going to see if we can get close to this, all right? So we'll see how this goes. So, Emily, people do different reactions depending on the color of the card, depending on the value of the card. Usually, if it's a red card, people will be a little bit smaller with their body, and when it's a black card, people get a little bit bigger. And you got a little bit bigger with your body because you used your arms. It was great. So I'm going to guess that it was a black card, and your arms were a bit curved like this. So I'm going to guess that it was a club. Emily, are we on the right track? Yes, we're on the right track. Oh, that's fantastic. Emily, could you do, because I loved it so much, could you do the smile one more time?
Look at the camera.
Yeah, so everyone can see. Oh, that's perfect. All right, Emily, you're great. So now, Emily, we have to figure out if it's a number card or a picture card. And I'm going to guess, usually when it's a picture card, people go like really big. And you went like kind of in the middle. So I'm going to guess it's not a picture card, but it's also not a lower card. So, and don't give this away, Emily, but somewhere in the range of 8, 9, 10 of clubs. Are we in the right range?
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
A little bit?
You guys are like doing too many questions back in my head.
Yeah, we could be me and Emily. All right, Emily, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for it. If it's off, we'll try something else, but I'm going to go for it right now. Is it the 9 of clubs, Emily?
Wait, what am I supposed to say?
Tell them it's not the 9 of clubs.
It's not 9.
Not the 9 of clubs. Were we close to the 9 of clubs or just completely far off, Emily?
A little bit downer.
Little bit down. I'll tell you what. This is why I'm cards in case of emergency. So here's where this gets really strange. I want you to actually tell us the card that you chose so everybody knows what it is.
Do I show it?
Yeah. Ooh, is that the 5 of clubs?
Yes.
The 5 of clubs. Here's what's crazy, Emily, because sometimes people are really good at smiling and communicating, and that's great. Sometimes we get people like you who actually are even more impressive, and you don't even realize how impressive the thing that you just did is. Because I've had this deck of cards off camera the entire time, just in case this scenario arises where somebody like you comes along and gets it so right. Because Emily, in this deck of cards, I have one card that's face down. It's the only one that's face down. And I know you're not going to believe it, but it is your card, your 5 of clubs, all the way from California. Could everybody give Emily a huge virtual round of applause?
Wow. Awesome job, Emily.
That's outstanding, all the way from California. You did wonderful. Now, of course, we cannot forget the fact that Eric, you and your whole family here. Thank you so much for joining us. Eric, I know the Wi-Fi wasn't working earlier, but this is fantastic because you're here right now. So I understand you brought a pen and a piece of paper, right?
There's your drink.
All right. So far, Eric, we've tried nonverbal communication. We've tried facial communication and even a little bit of mind reading over there from Emily. Now we're going to try drawing. So I have to ask you, how good of an artist are you, Eric?
I stink, but the 6-year-old is really good.
Really? All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Eric, in terms of stinking at art, that makes 2 of us. If you want to give it to the 6-year-old to try this, you're more than welcome to, as long as one of you has the piece of paper and the pen. And I don't want to just call you the 6-year-old. What's your name?
What's your name? Faye.
Faye?
Faye.
Faye, it's so great to meet you. I'm assuming you're calling in from California as well?
Okay.
Wonderful. Faye, I'm going to ask you to make a very simple drawing. Could you do that for us?
Good.
All right. Go ahead and do it. Now, Faye, the only requirement is that when people see it, because you're going to show it to them in a moment, they'll know what it is, okay? Now, Faye is making the drawing for everybody else, for Jenny and Brandon and the Rhodes family and everybody who's watching at home. We talked about how do we figure out reality when we're on Zoom, when we're on different web conferencing platforms. And the answer is it's difficult. So here's what I'm going to do. In a second, I'm going to turn around and face this wall. And you have to kind of just assume here that I'm not looking at a monitor that I embedded in here. I can promise you I'm in college. This is a cheap college wall. There's nothing in here. I'm going to turn around and look at it when Faye shows everybody the drawing. So that way you all know it. Everybody who's watching at home knows it. Matt knows it. Everyone off screen. The only person who doesn't know is me. All right? So Jenny, excuse me, not Jenny. Faye, did you finish your drawing? Yes? Okay. So Faye, when I turn around, I'm going to ask you to come up really close to the camera and show everyone the drawing so they can all see what it is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead. I'm going to turn around and show everybody the drawing. It's possible there could be some glare, something, so make sure there's no glare, but make sure it's up close and everybody can see it.
We can't see what it is. It's like washed out.
Do you think you could change the angle of it a little bit there?
Is it close to me?
No.
Wait. Wait.
Finish Jarkin.
I don't want to sit around because I don't want to catch a glimpse of it.
It's not coming through. Hold
It's
on.
not
I'm gonna darken it. Don't look, Max.
I'm not going to let the integrity of this as perfect as we possibly can. I'm glad I can still hear you, though, because one time I did this and the Wi-Fi went down and I was just standing here for a very long time.
Keep looking the other way, Max.
Okay.
I'm going to keep looking the other way. You keep me honest, and when Faye darkens it, that way you can all see it, and we're gonna make this work. Even though we are thousands of miles away from each other, we're going to make this work.
Good?
Okay, everybody saw it. We're ready.
Okay.
Everybody saw it, so I can turn back around.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. I think we're all pretty accustomed to that nowadays, but guess what? We're going to power through. All right, so I'm going to ask you, Faye, a couple of questions about what you drew, all right? And you just have to answer them to the best of your ability. If I don't guess what it is, we're going to try something else. So, Faye, let's start with this. Is this something that's in your house? It's not in your house, okay? Is this something that you have encountered, maybe seen, touched, I don't know what it is, in the past week? No. Okay, you know what? I'm telling you what, Faye. I'm not going to try and tell you what the object is, and here's why. Right? We started off here doing nonverbal communication, then we did facial communication, and this is not verbal communication. This is you drawing, right? So instead of me trying to tell you what it is, maybe I can show you. Because as you might have noticed, I actually shoved myself to this side of the screen. The reason that I did that is so that you could see this envelope the entire time. And I promise you, again, we talk about reality and trust. I'm not going to take this off screen. I'm just going to show you that inside the envelope is a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper is something quite simple. But does this make sense to you, Faye?
Wow. Oh my God.
Could everyone give her a huge virtual round?
Good job, Faye.
Thank you so much. Faye, you're fantastic. Now, before we go, we talked a lot about reality. Right, and how a fundamental assumption that you have to make, understandably, and that we talked about, is that I'm a live person talking to you through your screen. But the crazy truth is, I'm not here right now because I'm not real. I am just a recording. I am just a recording. I am just a recording. I'm 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 not real. 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 Inside the envelope, you are literally manifesting it into existence. It's called microfacial expression reading. I will get better at X. Shuffle the cards, really mix them up. The pandemic has changed the way that we communicate. Good evening, everyone. It's so great to see you. Pick up the cards and then look at the one that you cut to. You have to assume that I'm real. We're going to make a face that best represents the card that you chose. It's fine, I'll change. But I'm not real. But I'm not real. But I'm not real. But I'm not real. I am just a recording. Just a recording. You can decide what was real and what was fake. That is the show. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's awesome.
I can't. That was amazing, Max. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for being here today. That was fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Emily. Everyone, you were fantastic. All right. Now, we know that a magician will never reveal their secrets, but tonight you will get to experience just how the amazing people at Compassion Planet make a difference. There is so much that goes into this organization between the staff, the trainees, the graduates, the stores, the garden, and so much more. There is so much good happening. Now, before we take a brief break tonight, I want to remind you that your generosity is what helps keep Compassion Planet achieve their mission each and every single day. Now, this year, we are making it easier than ever for you to donate from the comfort of your homes and watch parties and make a profound impact for at-risk and aged-out foster youth right here in our community. To give tonight, we're going to bring a QR code here up on the screen. All you have to do is pull out your phone and open up your camera. You're going to point your camera right at the screen here. and a little link should pop down from the top. You're going to click that link, and that's going to take you right to our donation page where you can give tonight. You can also click the link that's in our chat function here on the side of your screen, or you can text the word compassion to 474747. You may need to enter the number first and then type the word compassion. Here it is on the bottom of the screen for you. And this will also give you the chance to donate tonight. Now, so far tonight, we are already on a roll because some of you saw the link in the chat. We want to thank the McKims, Daryl Mark, and Lori George. Thank you so much for your gifts already tonight. We have a few more as well that have come in. We're going to recognize you a little bit later. We're going to spread these out here. But so far tonight, we have already raised $2,800. How awesome is that? That money is going to do so much good. But guess what? We are not done yet tonight, folks. We are going to take just a quick 2-minute break to reset here, and we are going to be back at 6:30 to kick off the main portion of tonight's program. But for all you that are here now, thank you so much for joining us for our pre-show tailgate. Thank you for buying those cocktail kits and sharing in that amazing magic show. It's going to be a quick show tonight, so please stick around. I'll be back with you in just 2 minutes, and we'll get the show on the road. Thanks for joining us. Hello, everybody. It is 6:30, and that means it is time to kick off tonight's Compassion Planet's first ever virtual gala. Now, we are so excited that you are online watching with us this evening. It has been one heck of a year so far, and I'm sure none of us will ever forget what happened this year, no matter how hard we try. But without a doubt, this has been a trying year for all of us, especially the nonprofit world. Now, tonight, we're going to talk about Compassion Planet. Compassion Planet is a nonprofit based right here in Rockland, California, and their mission is to empower at-risk and aged-out foster youth to overcome personal obstacles, achieve independence, and reach their fullest potential. Now, due to the current pandemic that we've all had to experience this year, Compassion Planet has had an income loss of $378,000 $4,000 due to the cancellation of annual fundraising events and the temporary closure of their 2 retail social enterprises. For the next 27 minutes here, we are going to show you just how Compassion Planet makes a difference and what they've been doing right here in our community. Now, your generosity is what keeps us going and allows Compassion Planet to provide those services that our community needs so much. And tonight, we're going to make it easier than ever for you to be able to support Compassion Planet to make sure they can keep doing good all throughout our community. We're going to bring up a QR code here on the screen really quick for you. We'll leave it up for a few seconds. All you have to do is open up your phone, turn on the camera, and you're going to point that camera right here at this QR code. You may have to get a little close to your computer or your TV to do so, but when you do that, a little link is going to pop up at the top of your screen, and you just got to tap that with your finger, and it's going to take you to the donation page where you can make an immediate impact on everything that Compassion Planet does. Now, if your camera's not working, it's a little fuzzy, maybe your connection is a little wonky, that's okay. We're going to make it easy too. On the bottom of your screen here, you are going to be able to text the word compassion to the number 474747. You may need to enter that number in the 2-line first. But again, text the word compassion to 474747, and it's going to be that easy to donate. We also have some links here in the chat from earlier. You can click one of those as well, and you can make your impact right away. Now, my name is Matt. I am your host tonight. I'm with the Sacramento Kings. We're helping produce this event. I'm with the Golden One Center right now with my crew. They are feeding me information so that we can recognize every single one of our donors. And we just had 2 of them come through, folks. We are starting the night off quick. Of course, we want to thank the McKims, Daryl Mark, and Lori George, who already got us to $2,800 on the night. Also want to thank Daniel Adamson and Morrison Stout. Thank you so much for giving to Compassion Planet. We are going to keep recognizing everyone all throughout the night. It's never going to be too late to give. If you want to make 2, 3, 4 donations, I'm not going to say no. The money's going to go to a great cause. So this is an incredible start, but we have a long way to go. So thank you in advance for your support of Compassion Planet. Now, I want to introduce you to Scott and Jackie Flanagan. They are the founders of Compassion Planet, and like many of you, they too are at a watch party tonight, and they would like to share a few words. Hi, Scott and Jackie.
Hi.
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Thank you so much. And I'm going to tell you, if you didn't see that magician, Matt, that was amazing. I'm still tripping out over that. So thanks for putting that together for us.
Absolutely.
And as you said, Scott, my wife, Jackie, we're the founders of Compassion Planet. It started basically in 2012, and so many wonderful things have happened. And tonight, you're going to be able to see some of that.
We just want to welcome you to Compassion Planet's first annual virtual gala. You guys, thank you for attending. And in our short time together, we're happy to introduce you to some of our amazing youth.
Yeah, we have some amazing youth, like you said, Jackie, that over the years, just their stories are so compelling, and you'll get to hear some of them tonight. You're also going to meet some of our business partners. Some people have given us grants, and just all these folks from our community who believe in us. They believe in our youth. They believe in our program, and we all kind of stand together to do some good, and that's how we make a difference. We do it through a group, a team, a family.
And as Matt said, our mission is to empower aged out foster youth and youth that come from an at-risk background. So our mission is to help them achieve independence. And that's what our goal is in Compassion Planet.
Here's how we do it. We have a 1-year mentoring program that's over 1,200 hours. And in that 1,200 hours, there are multiple services that we offer really to change the trajectory of a young person's life. For that 1 year, they're paid. And so they're technically like employees, but they're also they're in training. And we actually call our youth trainees. And the first thing we do in order to achieve independence, we believe that it's important, it's vital that you have a work experience, that you have work skills, that you're able to get a job, keep a job, and advance in that job. And you know that without a job, you can't be independent. So that's crucial to our program. But we also know that young people come to our program with a little bit of a barrier. And sometimes they bring their trauma with them. They bring a story, a history, a background. And so we have educational therapy groups that meet weekly. And our young people, when they attend groups, we say, you're in training. And so they stay on the clock. They remain ready to be paid, right? And we teach them life skills. We teach them how to overcome the barriers. We overcome trauma. We work with them in social intelligence, emotional intelligence. We have all kinds of things that we do throughout the year that we customize and we tailor to the needs of an individual youth. And we believe that with personal enrichment and growth and work experience, we believe that this is the pathway to helping our young people really achieve independence.
Scott and I love the youth in our program, and that is why we are here advocating for their future success.
And we advocate for them. They are like family to us. They're like our kids, to be honest with you. And if you were to talk to all of our staff and some of those volunteers who play a key role, they would tell you the same thing. And so tonight, as you're watching, if you feel compelled to give, we want to just tell you in advance, thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity. And you can be assured that your money is going to go not just to a great cause, but you're going to make a difference. And you're going to help really help change the lives of some amazing youth. So God bless you. And thank you so much.
Welcome to Compassion Planet. Since 2013, we've been empowering our aged-out foster youth and youth from at-risk backgrounds to achieve independence by overcoming personal obstacles and reaching their fullest potential. Our primary goal is to empower each youth in our program to find their unique path to healthy independence. By actively participating in our one-year mentoring program, each trainee receives over 1,200 hours of training and therapeutic services, on-the-job employment training, counseling services, and life skills. Our practice is to combine practical training with therapeutic training to equip each trainee for future success. Most youth who enter our program have faced trauma, learning disabilities, mistrust, and other circumstances that have caused gaps in their personal growth, life skills, and employment skills. Our licensed clinical social workers oversee addressing individual needs through direct interaction, weekly group process, and training time with our youth, as well as support and training for staff and volunteers. Our desire is to see each youth gain a sense of their true selves. Upon graduation, our youth are encouraged to participate in our Next Steps programs. Here, they continue to be offered services such as Hire Me Next, offering career training and placement, Forever Family Connections, coaching services, alumni events, quarterly checkups, crisis services, and intervention when needed. We want to see our youth stay connected and thrive throughout their lifetime. Thank you for partnering with Compassion Planet.
Awesome. And I really hope that you all can really see the impact that Compassion Planet has on the lives of others. And in case you missed the information earlier, if you joined us a little late, we're going to make it easier than ever for you to donate tonight. There is a link in your chat, or you can text the word compassion to 474747 to make your donation. We'll show some QR codes later in the show as well, but right now it's really easy. Text that number right there, 474747, and send the word compassion, and you're going to get all the instructions on how to do that. Now, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing one of my colleagues here at the King, Maritza Davis. Maritza is the Vice President of Experiences and Social Responsibility for the Kings, and also works with our Sacramento Kings Foundation, and she would like to say a few words.
Good evening. I'm Maritza Davis, VP of Experiences and Social Responsibility for the Sacramento Kings, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight for this virtual gala. Thank you for your continued support that allows Compassion Planet to empower aged out foster youth. Your generosity allows these youth to gain independence and reach their fullest potential. I hope you have a great evening tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Maritza, for joining us tonight. And now I have the pleasure of having Marianne from Compassion Planet join me for tonight's gala from her watch party. Hey, Marianne, how you doing?
Yes, we're having a great time. Thanks, Matt. And I've enjoyed watching so far.
Good, wonderful. Well, hey, I have some good news for you. We got some more donations in. I want to thank Bonnie Smith for making your donation tonight. That brings us up to more than $3,700 in just a few minutes. Look at the impact you can have, folks. This is so awesome. Again, just text the word compassion to 474747 and you can donate right away. Awesome. Cool.
I want to do a huge shout out to Trish Whitehill and Barbara Faust and Caleb Flanagan. And they have already made donations, and we are so appreciative of that. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And we have a lot more going on tonight during our brief time that we get to come into your homes and be with you right now. So thank you very much for your support. And it really makes a difference for our trainees.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, now I want to introduce you all to some folks who have been directly impacted by the work that Compassion Planet does. Enjoy.
After the group home, it was either be homeless or join the military. So that was my options. And I was supposed to go to Job Corps in Utah, start fresh, and that didn't work out.
I struggled a lot with my depression and anxiety before coming here to Compassion Planet. I was having trouble finding ways to get help to deal with it.
I struggled with making friendships. I had trouble maintaining my emotions. I had trouble controlling them.
It was really hard for me just to trust people, get too close. I've gotten close to people and I kind of pushed them away.
Actually, Compassion Planet is my first job, and I have been employed before, but it was more like an internship kind of thing, and it only lasted for like 3 days.
My favorite thing about Compassion Planet is that they treat us like family. They don't send us off on our way. They're with us forever.
When I came to Compassion Planet, I got help with being told where to go and how to get things done. I learned emotional regulation to help with the depression. Compassion Planet's been more successful for me because of the structure, the fact that we met every week to figure out things to help when going through daily struggles.
Compassion Planet has helped me more by just being there for me. Getting my first experience with Thanksgiving and Christmas, that meant a lot to me. In a group home, I never had that. I was always the only kid for the holidays, so having my first legit turkey, I should say, was a special moment.
I'm getting along with my peers now. I'm, more confident in who I am, and they can see that. I've learned how to maintain a healthy relationship, how to be more confident in myself.
Everybody needs someone in their lives. It doesn't matter the age or anything. Everyone needs a hand to get back on their feet, comfort, to vent, anything. Some people are just, myself would just be stubborn and do everything on my own. I see now that I do need help, and Compassion Planet has given me that, and I'm very thankful for that.
Awesome. I hope you can see there's so many amazing stories and really see the work the Compassion Planet is doing. I think so often we take for granted all the everyday experiences that we have, and Compassion Planet really helps give those experiences to folks who have never had those experiences and helps prepare them for the real world. And this is just so amazing the work they do. And as I mentioned earlier, Compassion Planet, due to the pandemic this year, has had an income loss of more than $378,000 due to the current health pandemic. And tonight, your gift makes an even greater impact to help their mission go further and make up some of that deficit, because we've had to cancel all of our fundraising events. So we'll bring that QR code again on screen for you. All you have to do is open up your camera on your phone, scan that QR code, and that's going to take you to the link to donate. Super easy. You can also text the word compassion to 474747 to make your donation. And again, we cannot thank you enough for supporting this amazing mission and everything the Compassion Planet does to make a difference in our community here. Now, I do have a couple updates here. We have some more donations. Awesome, thank you guys so much. I want to shout out James Flanagan and Eric Rinsky. Eric was in our magician bit earlier, so thank you so much for giving the Compassion Planet. Your donations mean so much. And guys, remember, it's never too early to donate, and it's never too late to donate. So let's keep it going. Let's build this train here. Let's raise some money for Compassion Planet. Now, what I would love to do right now is, let me just make sure I'm at the right page here. Awesome, yes. I'm going to turn the show over to Marianne. Marianne, we're going to bring you back on screen. And she is here with Ruby Tucker. And Ruby, and there's Marianne too. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Ruby has some words that she would like to share with everybody.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet everyone out there watching, and thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Ruby Tucker, and I am a former trainee. I worked for Compassion Planet about 3 years ago, and I just want to share my story with you all. So I am from Antelope, Sacramento, and I entered foster care on the age of 4. My grandmother then adopted me and raised me up until I was 18. I started my first year of college at 18. I went to Sierra College in Rockland. Unfortunately, she passed away. When she passed away, I kind of lost my sense of self, family, identity, all of that combined. And I found Compassion Planet. And I immediately started working. And through their program, I was able to kind of rebuild myself, gain that same self-confidence I had when I was younger. And I now have this forever family that is still there with me right now through everything. I graduated from UCLA in 2019, go Bruins, and I'm currently working at UCLA as a research assistant. So I really want to encourage you all, if you haven't already, to again, donate and continue to share with your friends, family, and loved ones, Compassion Planet and their journey and all of the hard work that they've put to help us and to keep us going and thriving as a community. So I hope you all are having a great night, and I hope the fun continues on. Thank you.
Because of Compassion Planet, my life is completely different. To be entirely honest.
I really am thankful for being able to have the experience at Compassion Planet, because without it, I honestly do not think that I would have the job that I have now.
All I need is just love, trust, and loyalty, and that's what they gave me when I joined the program. We're not friends, we're like family. That's how I consider everyone, And if I need anything, I can call them, and they'll just check up on me, see how I'm doing.
When I was in high school, I was told about this program by my godmother. She's like, you really need to apply for this job. And I was like, yeah.
At first, actually, she just gave me oh yeah, no, it's a little thrift store and they're kind of looking for volunteers. And I was like, well, I kind of need to make a little money, but sure, I guess I'll go check it out. Nothing I'm so glad that I decided to check it out, because it was nothing like I expected. It was incredible.
Before I joined, I'm not gonna lie, I had an ignorant mindset, just didn't care, I don't care what people think, make a quick dollar. I'm gonna go out in the streets and do this, do that. And then once I joined, it kind of made me grow up and realize, there's other way to, people do care. People want to help you get to where you want to be in life.
Compassion Planet has helped me with relationships, because I realized that I wasn't alone in the world. I kind of had an idea about that anyways, but it really came true when I started working here. It was evidence that is true, that I'm not alone.
When I first joined, I was very shy. I was very closed off. It was kind of like a fear factor, I guess, kind of scared. Being able to be around so many people that obviously actually cared and very obviously showed it helped me actually kind of open up, I guess. And then, of course, once I got comfortable and started opening up, they couldn't get me to shut up. So
because of Compassion Planet, I have family now, love, support, guidance. Man, there's people out there who care, and once I actually figured that out, people actually care, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be all right.
I feel like I have a purpose in life. And that's huge for me. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without people actually being willing to donate and being willing to help out people like myself. So, I mean, heck, if anybody out there is listening, thank you. I and everyone like me appreciate it. Even if we can't see you in person, we really, really do.
Once again, I just really hope you can see the impact the Compassion Planet has. All of us here are so moved, and I know that every dollar that is donated tonight is going to such a good cause. So I really hope you'll join me in that. And I do have an exciting update here. We passed over the $5,000 mark. Thank you, Mike Etzman. We are at $5,200 now. And again, guys, it's not too late to donate. All you got to do is text the word compassion to 474747. Or you can click that link that's in the comments there for you to go be taken to our donation page. And really, we can really help this mission continue to grow and have such an amazing impact here. So now I would love to bring Scott Flanagan back in to share some specific information about the work that Compassion Planet does and how they're making a difference. Hey, Scott.
Yeah, how you doing, Matt? Well, I want to tell you thank you again. It's going well tonight. Thank you for everybody who's been donating. And I want to just kind of bring it home a little bit here to help you understand that when a young person ages out of the system and they move into foster care, there's some national statistics that man, they break my heart. And it's something that actually Jackie and I discovered after we started Compassion Planet. And when a young person ages out and they're not connected to family or they're not connected to programs like ours, or in other words, they're disconnected, 2 out of 3 of those young people will either wind up incarcerated, they'll wind up being trafficked, they'll have a life-altering addiction, they'll face homelessness, and the rates of suicide just go way up. And when you start hearing that, you say, wow, 2 out of 3 young people, that's a grim statistic. And you need to understand that when we bring these young people into our family, the Compassion Planet family, it's not just for 1 year. I know earlier I mentioned about that 1-year mentoring program, but we actually offer a lifetime of services that move into a whole aftercare program that Jessica talked about earlier. And you need to know that we try to stay in touch with our youth. We try to make sure we're connected. We try to make sure that we're family. And when they graduate, we want to make sure that there's somebody there for them when they're 20 and 30 and 40 years old. And so Compassion Planet makes a life commitment. And the main reason why is because we're an attachment-based program, which simply means that we build family, as opposed to an outcome-based program that's really trying to build statistics or trying to change behavior. We say we want to form attachments and relationships right from the get-go. And you know that once your family lasts forever. And so every year we'll do alumni events. We will do, if somebody doesn't have a place to go for Thanksgiving, we say, come on board. We make sure they're paired with someone. We create forever family relationships. And we have a crisis emergency fund that if a young person faces something kind of a difficult time, we want to step in and help them and coach them through that moment. So all that to say is that when you're family, it means it's a forever commitment. And that's what we do at Compassion Planet. So again, thank you so much to everyone who's giving. Thank you for those names that are being read. If I could give you a hug, I would do it right now, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott, for sharing that. We do have an update. We have some more donors here. I know Marianne's going to join us back here on the screen in a minute. Wow, they keep handing me more paper every single second.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that.
Awesome. So I want to shout out a couple people here. Katie Hagman, Jennifer Pryor, Penny Kessler, Janice Cox, Diane Lucas, Cheryl Donahue, even more here, Debbie Rossman, Ryan Headland. Thank you all so much. Your gift is going to go so far. And Marianne, I don't know if you're there, if we can bring you back in here. I have a very exciting number to share with you.
Oh, what is it?
Over the $7,500 mark.
Woo! Thank you, everybody that's given. That is amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate all my friends, my family, all my Facebook peeps, all my Instagram peeps. Thank you for signing in. And I want to thank Mike Eitzman, who gave a donation, and Kathy Borba and Paulina Lanez. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is remarkable, Matt. We're only on for a few minutes. People are watching and they feel compelled to give. And I just want to tell everybody, I really appreciate it. And it goes straight to our program. I'm donor development and I work with a lot of the business partners, but we run a lean program. We want those dollars to go towards the trainees. We want them to be educated and to feel good about themselves. And when they come into the program, a lot of times their body language, they're down. And when they graduate out, our graduations, they are up. And they are so happy about who they are and their future. And one of the things that really struck me hard when I first started is I know that we interview everyone to come into the program and we qualify them and we get referrals. And Scott does a lot of the interviews. And I understand that he asks them, what's your future plans? Like, what do you want to do? And most of the people that are interviewing and trying to come into our program do not have future plans. No one has really been their champion. No one has really supported them. And they've never thought about, what can I do next? Who can I be? And what's great about this program is once they come in, we are their champion. We are their cheerleaders. And we have a lot of adults coming around like me. And we just can't wait to celebrate everything they do. We get to tell them, you are all that. You are amazing. And everything you achieve is wonderful. And when they graduate out, they feel pretty good about themselves. They're ready to be in the world. They're ready to make a difference. And I, of course, wish that on everybody that's attached to me. I am everyone's best friend, and I want everyone to be successful. So I'm glad that I landed at Compassion Planet, and I'm glad that I'm here to witness all the remarkable things and stages that everybody goes through. Thank you.
That is awesome. Thanks, Marianne. Now, we want to make another final push here. We're only going to be on for a few more minutes. We have a few messages for you. But again, it is not too late to donate. I'm going to ask my production team to bring that QR code back up on the screen here for me. Of course, you can text the word compassion to 474747, or you can open up your phone, open up your camera, and point it right at this QR code. Again, you may need to get really close to your computer or your TV. Don't use the zoom function. Just keep it zoomed out and walk up to it, scan that QR code, and a link is going to pop down from the top of your screen, and it's going to take you right to the page where you can donate. And you can be that champion for some of the youth in this program here. Again, please, if you can donate, no donation is too small. Again, you can text the word compassion to 474747 or scan the QR code that's right on your screen. And we've also pasted a link to donate a couple times. Actually, just showed up in your chat there. You can copy and paste that into your web browser and make your donation there. All right. And it looks like I have an update here. We've got two more people to shout out. Lynn Hall Jones and Phil Jones. Awesome. Thank you so much for donating tonight. You are making such a big impact. Now, since we only have a few minutes left, I want to make sure we share a message from one of our amazing partners, Golden One Credit Union.
I've been at Compassion Planet for over a year, and my experience has been really great. I've just gained a family because I didn't really have consistency in my life coming in.
So we want our young people to learn how to find a job, get a job, keep a job, and really develop a work ethic. And without it, they can't be independent. The second side is what we call educational therapy group, where they learn to close the gap on soft skills, life skills, overcoming personal barriers. And so those are the main services we offer.
I became really vulnerable and shared my emotions and shared just my truth. And then doing that, I just developed people that I could count on to be there like for literally the rest of my life.
The kind of gifts that we've gotten from Golden One have been tremendous in helping to underwrite the cost of bringing trainees into our program, which we do twice a year. It goes directly to our mentoring program and help really impact the lives of our trainees.
Hello, I'm Erica Taylor, Vice President of Communications and Community Relations at Golden One Credit Union. On behalf of everyone at Golden One, I want to thank the Compassion Planet team for inviting us to this special event. But more importantly, thank you all for what you're doing to make our communities great. At Golden One, we believe in partnerships that uplift people, particularly children and young adults. Compassion Planet has been a deserving Golden One grantee since 2018, and we're honored to support an organization that empowers youth from at-risk backgrounds to overcome personal obstacles, helps them achieve independence, and inspires them to reach their fullest potential. We believe in you, Compassion Planet. Thank you for believing in these kids.
Golden One, thank you so much for what you've invested into us. Your incredible reputation in the community, the way you've stood beside us has not only given us credibility, but it has just meant the world to us, and the way you've helped empowered us to really change the trajectory of lives of young people who really need the help. And so thank you, Golden One.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Golden One Credit Union, for your support. Just an amazing partner here for Compassion Planet. And we only have a couple minutes left here, folks, but I have another donor that I want to shout out. Thank you so much to Sarah Cataray for your donation. That is amazing. Also, Tia Boyston, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Tia, thank you so much for your donation. That is amazing. They're passing them to me here as quick as we can get them. All you are making such a difference today. So thank you so much. Now, again, we only have a couple minutes left, but before we start to sign off for the night, we'd love to thank a few of our business partners, and we'll bring them here on the screen. And they have generously given and support Compassion Planet. And first here we go. Let's introduce yourselves and let us know who you are and why you love Compassion Planet.
Hi, I'm Chris Mann, and he is
Chris Mann.
and we're with Munn CPAs. We love Compassion Planet. It's such an honor to be a business partner with Compassion Planet. One of the things that we really love about the organization is we have seen these youth graduate from the program and become productive members of society. It's an amazing program. We're so thankful you could all be here tonight, and thank you so much for donating to a very worthy cause.
Yeah, thank you to Compassion Planet. Thank you to everyone that's participating in this tonight. You're helping so many young people that are the future leaders of this community. So thank you so much for your time tonight.
And big shout out to Marianne, who's done an amazing job putting this all together. Sorry, just have to say that, Marianne.
Another donor I want to shout out before we bring our next guest on the screen. Come on in. Stephanie Taylor, thank you so much for your donation. All right, let's go back to our special guest here. I believe we have Gia and Mark Kramer here, if that's correct.
Yes, that's correct. Mark and Gia Kramer. And we have a company called QPM that we're business partners in, and husband and wife. It's a great kind of combination. But we just love Compassion Planet. We love what they do. We are excited. We have actually a bunch of people around us this evening that are kind of gathered around to support Compassion Planet as well. And we're just excited about a big evening of giving because of what they do and the impact they make. And in fact, our kids, we gave them a bunch of options to participate. Like, what excites you? And Compassion Planet was one of their choices. Going, this is really awesome. And then your company even got involved.
Yeah, so our company, Quality Property Management, about 7 of my staff members and 2 of our children actually toured recently. We got to go to all the facilities, see all the great work that's being done, and also meet some of the youth that are in the program today. And they were very impressive. So we're super excited that you're participating. Please open those checkbooks or those Venmos or whatever you do. Give generously. It's an amazing cause. Thank you so much.
Give.
Awesome. Thank you, Gia and Mark. Now, I know Marianne's going to join me on here again in a little bit, but first we want to shout out all of our business partners that help support and fund Compassion Planet's mission. Team's going to bring up a slide here on the screen, and we can recognize all of them. Awesome. We've got Munn CPAs, Acoustics, again, Quality Property Management, and Boa Vida. Thank you so much for your support. And now, Marianne, can you just tell me a little bit more about how much these business partners support means to Compassion Planet?
It means a lot. They could choose to support a lot of different nonprofits in our community, and they have selected us. And all four of them, Acoustics, Boa Vida, QPM, MUN CPAs, they did their due diligence. They looked into our backgrounds. They checked us out. They know our program. And they knew that we were making a difference in the community. And so they wanted to be a part of it. And if there is anyone that's watching out there and you want to be a business partner, please call me. I would love to talk to you. So I just have to do a shout out to Marina Giovanetti. Thank you. And Jay Swetek. Thank you. And Fran Gary. Thank you. Thank you for giving right now. It does make a difference. We're going into the holidays. I know a lot of people, because of COVID, are saving their money. They're not able to give as much this year. We've already been directly impacted by losing volunteer hours. We don't have as many people helping out at Compassion Planet because of COVID. So thank you, everything that everyone is supplying tonight. And I hope that this that you know that this lives on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can share this program with all your friends and family, please, please, please. And then you can rewatch it, and we will be taking donations throughout the weekend and then some. So please continue to give. Please talk to your friends and family. If there's anybody that wants a tax write-off this year, you would like to give us some of that, we are interested in talking to you. And we will even take stock donation.
Awesome. Well, hey, I want to remind everyone too, if you saw it in the chat there, you can, through the same link to donate tonight, set up a monthly recurring donation. And then you don't even have to think about it. You can contribute to Compassion Planet all year long. Just got to go to that link, set that up, and keep it coming so you can continue to support this mission and really make an impact here in our community. Awesome. I know our team's going to work on getting me an updated number here shortly, so we're going to work through that. But again, it is not too late to donate. It is not too late to donate. Pull out your phone. Pull out your camera on your phone and scan this QR code. Click the link that pops up. Again, you don't need to take a picture of it. Just point your camera at it, and that'll take you right to the link to donate. You can also text the word compassion to 474747. Again, that is compassion to 474747. Awesome. And right now, I got to tell you, folks, this has been an amazing, amazing night. We have raised $8,000 for Compassion Planet. This is such an amazing night. Again, folks, you can continue to give even after the show, but we're going to start wrapping up here because your time is valuable and we want to honor that. But again, thank you so much for coming tonight. You have helped be the champion for so many people. And it's going to go such a long way, especially during a time like this. Right, Marianne?
Yes. Thank you very much for supporting us. And again, anything that you can do will really help. But I want to make sure that you know you had a lot of choices of what you could have done this last 30 minutes, and you decided to spend it with us. On your Saturday night, you're with us right now, and that means a lot to us. So thank you. And
Ripley just made a donation. Thank you, Catherine.
So I just want you to know, none of you are strangers to us. You're only friends we haven't met yet. So come and be a Compassion Planet friend.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thank you all so much for joining us. That's our show for tonight. And thank you for your generous and unending support of Compassion Planet and all they do in our community. Special thanks to my team here at the Kings and Golden One Center for helping us put on tonight's virtual event. And as always, you can go to compassionplanet.org to learn more about how you can get involved and support this organization. And hey, go set up that monthly recurring donation. It's going to make such a great impact. So again, on behalf of the entire Compassion Planet organization, all the trainees, the donors, the volunteers, the staff here, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you real soon. Have a good night.
Thank you for supporting Compassion Planet.
Thank you for supporting Compassion Planet.
Hi, I'm Haley, one of the trainees at Compassion Planet. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it and everything you guys do to help us out.
Thank you for supporting Compassion Planet.
Very much for your support.
Thank you for your support.